our next season installment of Alien After Isolation. I am so excited to be back with these guys, with some returning characters and with some new characters who we're going to find out about shortly. But before we dive into all of that, we're doing our usual mullet style where we do business in the front and then we get to the party afterwards. Maybe in the back. We'll see. So business-wise, upcoming on Monday, we have another episode of Talk With Me. Neither of them are here to say anything, so you're gonna have to
Ooh,
tune
I'll
in
say
to find
something.
out. Oh, Angie
It's
can
gonna
say
be
something.
big.
It's the biggest episode ever, probably.
Probably ever.
Yep.
Both Eric and Matt will be there.
It's like they were both here right now telling us about the episode. So great. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
we just
biggest
need
one yet.
our fake mustaches, and
And then
No problem.
spot on. Incredible. You could do the whole episode. We should do that sometime. Anyway,
Yes.
and then on Thursday, so a week from today, we are back at it with Minions. Sophie, any teaser you want to share?
oh, we are smack dab in the middle of a dungeon. It was a hell of a cliffhanger. They speed ran all of the rooms right up until the final boss encounter. So we're going to see what happens next. A great time
Incredible.
to kind of join and see probably what will be the first death of the series. So,
Oh,
No, I'm
okay,
too
well,
sensitive.
Wait,
you
who?
you can't miss that. So tune in to see who dies first and who Sophie hates the most, probably.
Oh, or
And
loves.
we'll
She's
see.
always wanted to die.
All right. And that's the next week on Charm Persons. Always, though, keep an eye on our socials for any updates after that or any changes. And it's always good to follow us. So do it. There's probably maybe somewhere in the stream a thing that can tell you where to go. Great. And with that,
do the thing.
we are going to jump into a long-winded, so bear with me, but a recap of last season since it's been a while, and honestly, a lot happened. So let's get a little refresher before we join our crew for this season. So our crew last season consisted of Kit, Charlie, Dr. Green, Hawk, Clarke, Sasha, Caden, Nico, and Commander Finnick. Big group people, lots of stuff to happen on a ship, sent on a mission full of secrets, full of mystery, full of questions. And that's how we started off right off the bat, with some partying before we left, with some suspicious secret meetings before we left. So, a night of drugs, flirting, secrets, drinking, all the good stuff that you'd want to happen before a space mission to an unknown location. But once the ship departed and traveled for a full 123 days while you were all in cryo sleep, you realized that you were going to Hadley's Hope to retrieve some cargo in a bunker on a destroyed colony that was known to be a destroyed colony, but even more secrets about what could have happened on that colony to make it destroyed. So when you arrived and secrets started to be shared, questions started to come up. Who was this private entity? Could it be Wayland Yutani? Could it be someone entirely different? Could it be a cult? Could this cargo be alive? Could we be headed back to Earth after we get the cargo? Who knows? And secret meetings, some of which were discovered, only really brought up more questions as to what the heck was going on with this mission. And then all of this was extra heightened with, in addition to the cargo, you found a person in this bunker on this planet that was supposed to be dead, deserted, destroyed, nothing. There was cargo and there was a person, both picked up, both expected to be delivered back. And you also searched the town, or what was left of it, which you found destroyed as expected, but without any trace of any bodies, which was unexpected. And as we were nearing the end of this search, our poor sweet boy, Caden, was unfortunately killed by this terrifying alien that showed up, stabbed him right through the middle, later paralyzed Kit, and had you all running for cover until actually you wound up killing this alien and releasing some sort of acid substance that was maybe inside this alien at the same time. Either way, tensions were understandably at an all-time high at this point. Guns were being drawn on people but not fired. People were confined to their quarters after that. More secret conversations, a mission to retrieve Caden's body, the location revealed, at least in coordinates, to where you might be going. So then some of you with some military backgrounds had some idea of where we could be taking this cargo. But all of that led to being back in cryo, traveling once again to an unknown location. But instead of waking up on the ship, you woke up in a room, still in your tiny underwear, feeling very uncomfortable, not understanding what was happening, with just a note that said to wait for your briefing, and that was pretty much it. A woman came and got details from each of you, a woman that had some history with one of our crew members, but had details from all of you, and you were told you could go home. And after much discussion of what the heck that could mean and what you should do about it, it was kind of agreed that you'll wait it out and see. Hopefully you do get to go home, and hopefully they were going to keep their word on that. And if not, you were ready to fight back if needed. So the next morning, bright and early, you all were walking to the ship. The ship was almost within arm's reach when a commotion happened. And people you hadn't seen before, dressed slightly differently than those that you had seen on this now confirmed military base, came running in with the cargo that you had just retrieved, ran up to a ship where a man was waiting for them. Seemed to be a surprise to everyone that there was a man on the ship and people now running and stealing this cargo. A man that a couple of your crewmates seemed to recognize, and not in a positive way. And he stole the ship, and the rest of those people committed suicide right there in front of you. And it was then revealed that your private entity, this person that employed this mission for this cargo, was the CEO of Lazel Bionational. And she asked you to join her on another mission to get that cargo back from the hands of a very dangerous cult. And it would be a long and dangerous journey. Could mean you could save humanity. So where we pick up is with those that chose to join that mission, that chose to travel almost a year away from where you were close to Earth and be in cryo that long and chase these cult members and see where they took the cargo, why they took the cargo, what were they doing in this isolated system, this isolated sector that has not had contact with any colony in decades, almost 80 years. You all took that risk to save the world, to save the universe. And we pick up with each of you waking up from that cryo sleep. And as each of you wake up, get your breathing back under control, feel the, for some of you familiar, some unfamiliar, sensation of waking up from that long, deep sleep without dreaming, without really slumbering, because it feels like you were asleep for seconds when you were asleep for almost a year. And Angie, we start with your character. Your character wakes up, is pretty used to this feeling, feels a little more sluggish than usual based on the duration that you were under cryo. And as you walk over to your locker that's in this cryo bay that holds your personal belongings, the clothes you took off to get into cryo sleep, you think about everything that has happened, everything you just went through, and you flash back to a memory. You're back at third base. You're back on the space station, and you're standing in front of a door, the door that pretty much all of you had, locking your personal quarters for those of you that stayed on the ship the couple days before you departed, or the day before you went somewhere else, temporarily or permanently. And Angie, your character is waiting to knock on this door to speak to the person inside. And can you describe what your character looks like and give us your name and pronouns?
Yes, my character looks way better than she did some time ago when she was paralyzed by an encounter with some creature during our last mission. Kit Longeridge has made a pretty good recovery, probably due to her own stubbornness, but also due to the excellent care that she had going through getting better. She has the same yellow hat that she always wears that was a gift from her dad. And she takes it everywhere. It's probably like nasty and grease stained and sweat blind, but she will continue to wear it forever and always. And she has a couple of new scars to add to her old scars, just from her time being thrown around and from this last mission. She has severely withered down, I think, where she was kind of very lean and muscular, has shrunk a little bit from not being at full physical health for a while. So her shoulders are kind of a little bit caved in, a little less confidently than she used to hold herself. You can see the like lines of muscle on her arms are a little softer. And if you're someone who spends a lot of time with her, you may see a tiny bit of sadness behind the eyes at all times. But she's really good at making sure that no one looks at her that long or pursues her that long. So she stands in front of this door and is just waiting to go in or get the courage to go in. Just taking deep breaths.
Take a couple deep breaths, building the courage to announce yourself at least. And you knock on this door. Wait a couple seconds, hear the very muffled sound of movement, footsteps behind it. And the door opens, and you see one of your crewmates. A crewmate that was headed home, actually. And you knew this. This is one of the first day after kind of you're all told about the mission. And you see Sasha open the door. And Sophie, give us a visual of what Sasha is looking at as she is packing up for home, and describe her a little bit for us.
I think that Sasha has kind of to some people, it looks like a tiredness to her. I think on the surface level, that's kind of like what it looks like. For the folks that have been traveling with her, there's almost like a tinge of guilt as she's getting ready to go home. And as far as Sasha knows, is one of the few, if the only one, maybe, we'll find out, I guess, who's planning to do so and kind of leaving this crew behind. And I think especially as she approaches Kit, there's like a notable, like easy to see level of concern. And she's not, trying to convince you to like go, but is also like, I can't. I mean, I'm really surprised you guys are going through with this. You saw what happened down there, and I'm just
Yeah.
surprised you're staying.
I mean, I thought about not staying. And then I thought, what else am I gonna do? If I don't go, and I'll just have to find another ship, and I'll just have to find another, and who knows what kind of danger that one's gonna have, and it just like, sorry,
Yeah,
that's not, I didn't, you're going home,
I
and
mean,
that's great. That's a hard choice to make. We should recognize that. Everyone should be recognizing how hard that is. I'm sorry, I'm yelling.
oh, no. You're making a choice, and I respect that. You've got your reasons. I don't know. I got paid. I'm
You're out.
looking to do what's best for me, and I hope you guys don't feel bad about that. And you know, when this is done, come find me on Earth, and we can hang out, go out to the club.
Sasha. Okay. Now I have to stay alive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you needed to anyway. Let's be so clear.
Well, we better hope that whoever is on this mission is as capable as you. Because I came here to say without you, I probably would have died, so thanks.
and now the guilt's coming back. So, anyway.
No, that's not that's the opposite. That was supposed to be like a little flirt.
Yeah, yeah. Please come back.
Okay, I will. Yes, and I will come find you on Earth.
Be smart. I know you are.
Okay, great. Someone thinks that. It's cool, pretty cool.
I have to go finish packing.
Yes, yes. I won't. Take
Good
care
luck.
of yourself too, okay? Whatever you do, wherever you go.
Yeah. I mean, Earth still sucks. So
Yeah, Earth arguably just as dangerous. So okay. And Kit doesn't like want to leave. Like
Yeah.
it's very clear that like and not even for like a romantic reason, but there is a sense of like human connection that she has been very sparse with allowing herself to like stay connected to someone for a long period of time, with the exception of maybe Charlie or Hawk. But like it was deeply embarrassing for her to be in the state that she was in, and like being back she's trying to be like, haha, we forgot about that, right? Like, no, this is the same old thing, and she can't get away from it. So it is like a, hey, you're here and we're talking, and this is nice. Isn't this nice?
And I think it like we do kind of like linger in that for a little bit, but then there really is like, oh, there's nothing else to kind of say.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
like being around each other, and
Okay.
there is this like lingering
Later.
And as
See
Kit
you on Earth.
slides the door.
Like from the door, like, see you on Earth. Bye.
And takes a perhaps a calming, soothing breath after or an anxious, awkward breath. On the exhale, you find yourself back on a ship and back on this new mission, and kind of doing a couple stretches, flexing your fingers, knowing it didn't seem that long ago that you couldn't do that. And the friend you left behind was one of the big reasons that you're still able to do that and still able to be here. And you smile a little bit to yourself. Continue getting dressed. Know the protocols of getting dressed and heading to the mess hall for hydration and food. Very key after a long cryo sleep. and then likely a mission briefing by your commanders shortly after. And as you do so, in the same cryo bay, we see Zach, your character. As he gets out of cryo, goes through the same motions of getting ready, very familiar to him. And as you're pulling out some of your personal items from the locker, perhaps, you also flash back. And you're back on third base. You're back in your room, having actually just returned from a quick trip home to do whatever it was that Hawk may have done on that trip. And as you're putting away various things, packing up for the long trip ahead of you, you also hear a knock on your door as someone is there to see you.
Hawk, who looks, I mean, this is shortly after their first trip, so he looks pretty much the same as where you last saw him, but just pretty forlorn. Bags under his eyes, hasn't slept much, hasn't showered much, hair's greasy, the usual kind of trimmed facial hair with a prominent mustache is surrounded by stubble, unshaved, and he kind of stumbles over to his front door, messily like moves the cover aside to peep outside, and he sees who it is and closes the peephole and opens it up. Hey.
Hey, I heard you were back. Thought I'd come in, visit, see how things are, and I'm leaving soon. So I just wanted to check in. And you see your fellow pilot, Nico, who was a late addition, as a reminder, to the last mission. She joined the morning of, basically, though made her presence known the night before, and has been kind of a co-pilot to Hawk ever since. And seems to be also one joining on the next mission, as this is just before departure and is still around.
Yeah, yeah, come in.
Did I just wake you up or something? Are you okay?
No, no, I'm fine. I'm a little, I've had a few drinks just to,
Oh.
make sure I get some sleep tonight.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah. What about you? You all packed up? You ready?
Yeah, I didn't really have anywhere to go, so I just kind of hung out here and packed, and that's about it. Me, Kit, and Charlie hung out some, had some drinks. Charlie made me play D&D some more, but
How's kid doing?
okay. I can tell, not, 100% back, maybe, but she's good, I
Yeah,
think.
I've been kind of avoiding her lately.
Why?
Oh, just I feel like shit, Nico. I mean, I told her dad fucking one thing that I would do, and I didn't do it.
I mean, you really can't blame yourself for a fucking alien showing up and that kind of whatever the fuck it is. And she's okay.
I can blame myself for not being able to convince her not to go. Especially this time too.
She's her own person.
I know. I'm just. Bruh. How do you feel about it? I mean, you're going, but to be honest, Nico, I don't really know why.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't feel like really a choice for me. I have to go. Um We never got to have that. I'll tell you my trauma and you tell me yours over a drink. So maybe once we get to where we're going, we'll have that drink and I'll trauma dump
You
on
want to
you.
drink now?
Sure. What have you been drinking?
He puts he like kind of stumbles over to a table, finds a bottle of, whatever counts as futuristic store brand whiskey that's sideways and on the ground, and the only amount that is left in it is the amount that's like pooled and not been able to fall out with gravity. Kind of puts it just straight out to her. Down the hatch.
Yeah, thanks for leaving me some. And she just like throws back the shot worth that's left at the bottom of the bottle. Backwash.
Had
Well,
least
I'll
hope. Had least hope the first time I was there, or the first time I was aware of it, I guess I should say. As you know, I went against the people in charge because they were making the wrong decisions. I told you about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we went there, we found out the people in charge were making bad fucking decisions. So I just gotta say, Nico, I don't trust this lady. I'm going to make sure that my friends are okay. And so that maybe I can find some justification for all this shit so that I can sleep at night. But I trust you now, and you need to know where my head's at as my co-pilot. And my head is not left the same fucking place that it's been in the past 4 days, which is you guys are first and the mission is second.
I'm with you, Hawk.
I know. Fuck, Nico. This shit is so crazy. Sasha's not going. It's hard to blame her, I mean... Have you heard from Dr. Green?
I haven't seen her much, actually. I didn't see her leave. I feel like I don't know if she's wanting to say goodbye, but I would hope she would. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Get some sleep for tomorrow.
Yeah. Sorry that I wasn't expecting
No,
company.
don't be sorry. It's fine.
Nico, I got your back.
I got yours.
All right.
She steps forward and gives you
Oh God, no.
a hug.
As
You
he
smell it. You
says,
should probably
he says,
shower in the morning too.
he says this as he's like squeezing her. Oh no, stop it, God, no. Oh. Yeah, fine. I know I need to shower. I'm sorry. That's not very attractive of me, but okay. All right. Well, I'll see you on 0607.
6.
0607.
Oh, I hope you didn't pick that up.
I felt Zach felt embarrassed and he had to leave
Yep.
the scene for a second.
Can he have a stress level for that?
Oh, I wish.
All right, yeah, no, he like kind of walks her over to the door and says, "I'll, you know me, I'll have my shit together in the morning."
Yeah, I don't doubt it. She looks like she maybe wants to say a little bit more, but stays silent and exits your room.
If you don't mind, JMO, I'll take a little narrative freedom here and I'll say we see Hawk kind of shut the door. And for a second, he just kind of stares at the doorknob. And then we cut to him A year later, waking up from cryo, grabbing his personal belongings from the locker, and the doorknob is replaced with a flask in his hand that he unscrews, and as he brings it up to his lips, you see an even more disillusioned, disheveled Hawk as he takes a swig, looks around him, screws it back on, places it in, and then follows protocol.
All right. As Hawk exits the cryo bay, we shift to another cryo bay, and we see our next character. Swan, we see your character. As they wake up, go through the usual motions, likely with more stretching and maybe some some running in
some neck
place.
cracks, some
Loosening
push-ups,
up a little bit
pull-ups.
more.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
yeah, running in place, burpees. I don't know, exercise things. They are ready.
Yeah. And as you do, and you look over to see a locker that's labeled medic with a new name and a new crew member, you flash back to when you're heading out of third base to go home for a quick visit before the long journey ahead of you. And as you're exiting your room, another person is exiting theirs. And we see Sasha again, as Sasha is packed and ready to leave, and Clarke and Sasha walk to the ships together, not taking the same ship, but departing at the same time and having a moment of goodbye before they do so.
You're really going, huh?
I can't go on the mission. I just ran into Kit last night about this. I wish I weren't sending you guys, into this without me, but you saw.
I did, and I completely get it. I mean, you're probably making a smart move, not like financially, but like self-preservation wise. And it was nice working with you. We'll miss you, but you've got to do what works for you.
Can't spend the money if there's nobody around to spend.
That's true. You can't spend the money if you're dead. And hey, some of us just don't have that self-preservation instinct. I definitely clearly don't, so.
And I mean, that's what keeps people like me in business, I guess. So please be safe, be careful, come back alive.
Yeah, I will try.
And when you make it back, come hang out with me in the club and get a drink sometime.
Fine. I will come to the club. I will actually go to the club this time. I won't be dancing, but I will come to the club.
You can find me in the club.
Well, when you find me there, hopefully by that point in time, I've made enough money to, have a bigger set of tits. So
Perfect. Can't wait to see them.
Oh my God, incredible. And on that note, because I think that's a perfect button.
Elevator door closed.
Yeah. You have one last look as you kind of part ways to, like I said, separate ships. And Swan, if you will, what is kind of the last look that Sasha has as you describe Clarke again for everyone?
So Clarke uses she, they pronouns, like medium height, bulky, kind of muscular. short, shaggy hair that's grown out from a buzz cut with like a red bandana, always in her hair. She's got an old scar from an old injury down her left eye, but she's currently coming off more confident and ready, or at least that's how she like is trying to be perceived than she has been in a little bit.
Okay. With that last look, we bring back ourselves back with Clarke to present time as you are, like we said, going through the motions, and we'll get back to you when you're in the mess hall eating with everybody else. And now we cut to Sophie, your character. Also practiced and getting out of cryo, not something new to your character. You're going to your locker, getting your things. A different feeling, I'm sure, than the rest of the crew, as you are new, spoilers, you are a different character this time around. So perhaps feeling a little bit like the new kid on the block, the newcomer to a group that's has some establishments. And with that, we actually cut to the moment just before departure, where kind of everybody discovers you're joining the mission. And as we see your character walk up, will you give a description of what Ellen looks like?
Yeah.
Degenerous?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Happy comes on.
You straddle an armoire.
Yeah, the cryo bed. I'm gonna be the last one to sit on the cryo seat.
Ellen comes out. They are dressed in a very like formal, crisp uniform. Their hair pulled back into kind of a tight bun as they Ellen Alien.
Nice choice.
And they are looking very like serious business. They make eye contact with everybody, kind of like checking everybody down, looking a little nervous, knowing that like I have kind of this crew that I'm working with, some of them for the very first time, some of them who harbor some suspicion around this. This is their appearance from last time we all played, from when we all met this character previously. Their sleeves are kind of like rolled up there in almost like a flight suit, from this from their command, and you can see that there is a tattoo of a dagger and some peonies that is like kind of partially scarred over from like a burn sustained from an incident, clearly like a long time ago. And they linger a little bit longer on Clarke and kind of make sure everybody's gathered up and within earshot, and kind of like gives a look around and waits to kind of proceed with the announcements of the session.
Do you mind reminding me where we met Ellen?
Yeah, I was just about to actually.
Okay, sorry, thank you.
You're fine.
This bitch who told us to go home.
Yeah.
As a reminder to our players and also our viewers, Ellen Sager was the woman that interviewed all of you individually after you came back from your mission, and was later revealed as had a extensive history of sorts with our good friend Clarke. Mm-hmm. And she is now joining you on this next
Oops.
And we're caught up. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
So just for fun, and because you're in the same room and I like it, as you're packing up, the two of you are like gathering things, or you're on the ship, kind of doing a couple checks, and you both turn around and look, and you happen to be the only two people in the room currently. Do either of you say anything? And Clarke, this is a surprise to you. It was Ellen was involved in mission briefings and talking about the mission. You know that she has been a part of whatever this wider effort is of this alliance, it seems, between the Marines and Lazo Bionational. But it was never told to you or kind of explicitly said that Ellen would be joining this mission.
Sure. We love this game. We love this surprise. I don't think Clarke really is going to be open to having the conversation yet, like being surprised. I think Clarke is like clearly doing a lot of thinking, and is like kind of roughly like upset and moving like aggressively, like kind of mad, but not saying anything just yet.
Okay.
What's Clarke's official title like for the mission? He's like security officer or
It was security.
Ship security.
Yeah.
Specifically ship security. And
Yeah.
that's important for later.
Security officer Clarke. Just want to say, knowing we have a past, I know you're very capable, and I hope that any feelings don't get in the way of this mission. That is not my intention. I'm going to treat this as if this was any other situation. I just want to be clear about that.
Sure. And hey, I'm ready. I'm here to do a job, and just don't expect me to save your ass neck this time.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think that's for the best. Mission first.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
And Ellen, as we have this awkward interaction, we cut back to you waking up, thankfully in a different cryopod from Clarke, while you're having this flashback, but just
they wake up in the same
remembering-
cryopod.
And Clarke just goes, I have a job to do, and runs out.
Like, I wanted to get buff for this. I'm serious job. Oh man.
Someone's gonna kiss.
I assumed you meant room, but I just I thought that was funny.
Odd is very
Yes.
funny.
Yeah.
To clarify, different
Oops.
cryopods and also different cryo bays.
Oops.
We all woke up in different cryopods, right?
We were all in one
We'll see.
cryopod.
Oh god.
It's just a really nice cuddle puddle for a year. It's great.
Oh my
honestly.
god.
And you very dutifully go through putting on your crisp, clean uniform again and heading to the galley, knowing that you yourself will also be addressing some of the crew and are in charge of some of the crew, so want to make sure you get there in a timely fashion. And last, but certainly not least, Meg, we have your character. You wake up disoriented. You don't quite know what you're feeling at this point. You're hazy. You're blinking a lot. You maybe have a headache. Maybe you're really thirsty. Maybe you are tired even though you've been asleep. It's all very strange to you. And you see other people in the cryo bay kind of just going through those motions and kind of also get up, start mimicking those motions of gathering things from the locker. It's like, okay, everyone's getting dressed, getting your stuff, and then going somewhere. I should probably follow. And as you're getting your stuff, one of, we'll say a keepsake that you happen to have was your old ID at a certain place. And seeing that brings back this memory where you have just arrived to work. You're in the lab getting started on the research, picking up pretty much exactly where you left off the night before. And as you're doing so, it's a Monday morning, so you're feeling a little extra sleep maybe, but pushing through it. The usual start time kind of comes and goes, and you're still alone in the lab, which feels odd to you. Usually a certain someone has shown up by now, but could be a little late, no big deal. 30 minutes, an hour passes, and someone else enters the office. A man. He walks up to you. He is what you would think is just your classic, almost businessman turned scientist. Like he's wearing a lab coat almost as dress up, but he's an adult. So it feels odd. He feels a little out of place, but kind of just walks into this lab and starts cleaning up, organizing things, moving some stuff around, pretty much acting like he owns the place. And as he does so, he kind of looks at you and says, "Hello, I'm Dr. Gerald Purvis. Nice to see you. And on the occasion that he does maybe look your way, would you please describe what this man sees?"
Sure. Do I say, yeah. So this man sees
You can give your name and all of
Gregory. So this man sees a young, like 35-year-old meatball of a little woman. He sees Fae Watson, Dr. Fae Watson. Faye, like I just said, is a little meatball of a woman. She's like, I want to say 5'2". I don't remember exactly what I put in the description, but she's
I think that's right.
tiny. And she's chubby as can be. She is a little meatball fat queen. She's got long blonde hair down to her butt that is really unkept. Like she is probably a little greasy. She doesn't tend to herself in that way. Like she puts deodorant on and calls it a day. She's got work to do. She's got these like really thick red rimmed like cat eye glasses. That I don't know if I told you this, JMO, but maybe very similar to mine. Yes, meatball. Very similar to mine, like very much magnify her eyeballs. And yeah, she's wearing a lab coat. She's in the lab, and she looks a little skittish. Yeah. Does she?
Uh,
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and as he introduces himself and continues to just make a ruckus around and like throws stuff away that you know is not his to throw away, and just seems to make a commotion. He says, "I assume you're Miss Watson, correct?"
Um, yes. Who are you? I'm sorry. What are you doing?
As I said, I'm Dr. Purvis. I'm here.
Sure.
This
So,
is my lab now. So
sorry. This is your lab. This is
Yeah.
your lab.
yes.
I think you're in the wrong place. I don't mean to like overstep authority or anything, but I don't know who you are, and this is my lab. This is me and my colleague's lab. I've never seen you before in my life. Stop touching things, please.
Oh, I guess I have to be the bad guy and break the news. Dr. Green has retired. She's not coming back.
What do you mean she's retired? What do you mean she's retired? I just saw her on Friday, and we were working diligently on the work that you seem to be throwing into the bin as we speak.
I'm organizing.
Please stop.
This is nonsense over here, so I'm just organizing.
It's not nonsense. Please, we've spent many, many months on that. Please stop. What do you mean she's retired?
Not sure how more clear I could be besides just Friday was her last day working here, and she is now retired. But who knows what, I'm not sure where she is now, but enjoying retirement, perhaps.
I'm having a hard time accepting this because she would have prepared me for that. I mean, you're literally throwing away her and I's work. I'm confused. How could she do this?
Don't know, maybe she didn't care about the work as much as you thought she did.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure you're right. Thank you. Thank you for providing your information to me. I greatly appreciate it.
Now that I am here, though, could you get me a coffee? I'm feeling a bit tired. As I continue to clean up, I'll have some tasks for you later, I think. But for now, just a coffee would be lovely.
We do have a machine right in the room over.
Oh, excellent. Then you don't have to go very far. Don't have to run out to a store or anything. That machine is fine then.
Oh. Okay. Then she slowly saunters to the door to the little room with the coffee break stuff, and then she turns around, like opens the door just slightly, and then like stops and turns around and looks at him.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I apologize. Hey, JMO, can you mute your Discord notifications?
Oh no. Yes, of course.
Because we can all mute, but you can't. And
I can't. Put on my headphones.
sorry to interrupt. We just could definitely hear.
No,
it's all
and I
good.
wanted to say
It's all
something. I
good.
apologize.
Please
see that.
interrupt for something like that.
I thought Zach
Also,
was going
I
to be
don't
like
know.
a character. Just
I did too. I was like, oh my god.
This is called improv, and you guys are
I did too, and I was ready to roll with it. I was like, "Ooh,
Literally.
this guy showed up. Okay, let's go."
Zach in the
Okay.
middle of the session is like, I'm not Hawk anymore.
Hawk is drinking.
Okay, someone post and make sure that I did it right. No, I told you to close. Don't open again.
Do you want to?
Okay, send a note. Great. Okay. Sorry about that. And we continue with Faye. As you're exiting, you turn around and
I also think it might be me with the Discord, so I might need to,
LOL.
now that I'm thinking about it. I'll figure it out once we're done with the little scene.
Great.
And go
Nobody
grab my
texted.
headphones. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. Yeah, she just gets to the door, she turns around, she looks at him. She like eyeballs him. I'm assuming maybe he's like not paying her any mind. Like he's just
oh no, he's fully.
done.
As soon as he said we're leaving, he said thank you and turned around and continued just messing everything up pretty much.
Yeah, I think she's just gonna turn around and study him for like a brief split second, but just like paint roll him, look at like his shoes, they're way too fucking fancy. Look at like the pants that are sticking out from under the coat. And just really like take note of what just happened and play along. She's gonna go get the coffee. She'll go get his coffee.
As you exit to get the coffee, you turn, and as you turn, you pass by a small little table that's kind of right by the entrance. And you know that Dr. Green was sometimes a little forgetful, and this would be like basically a key bowl, but for your like ID cards, which she's had multiple of. And in the little key bowl, you see Dr. Green's ID card that you pick it up and look at it. And as you do, your vision shifts back to looking at your own ID card as the memory fades. And you steel yourself a little bit and gather your things and look around. Yeah.
Can I also just say that like she's looks at it and then she just has a moment where it looks like she's like composing herself, and then she just goes and then just like kind of barfs wherever she is next to her.
Love it. Yes.
And then she just kind of says to herself, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here. This is lovely. This is lovely. And then great.
There is a trash can specifically for this reason in each cryo bay, just in case not every awakening can be as smooth as we'd like it to be. So you hurl into this trash can, realize that you're kind of the last one left, and hustle out to try and hear where people are walking, as you're also a little familiar of ship layout. So trying your best to also then catch up to everyone. And now that you all are introduced, and speaking of ship layout, let me share for you
ship.
all the Nil-Ida Sol Mach 2, a brand new ship with all the gadgets and gizmos you could need
Well,
that you have for this trip.
For the audio listeners, it's the layout of a ship.
Thank you, Zach. It is.
Ship's
And
layout
at
could
the
be
front of
on
the ship, we have
shipslayout.com.
this room, and I will go now room by room for the next hour and describe to you. No.
So, at the top left.
At the very nose of the ship. So you all go to the mess hall or galley to grab a couple snacks, relax a little bit, and one by one you see your fellow crew members join you. Those you expect to see because you did see most everyone as you were prepping the ship for departure. At this point, there are no surprises, but there are a couple of still new faces, some like Ellen, who was a surprise to most, joining the mission. You do see Daria Finnick, who I will share again, are old portraits that we don't need to show on stream because boo AI. But you see Daria Finnick, now known to you as Captain Finnick, a bit of a demotion on the ship, but you know her to be still in charge of the ship. So she still has someone to report to, but as far as ship things go, pretty much all of you report to her for the function of the ship itself. You also see Hawk's best friend, Gaius, has joined us once again on the mission as your corporate representative, who you now know to be a bionational representative. You also see a familiar face of what was first the old man that quit the mission at the very beginning of all of this and had a secret meeting with Hawk, trying to convince him to spill information. Turned out to be just kind of Willy Wonka-ing him and hoping that someone would take the bait but give secrets to someone on the inside anyway. And you now know him as Lieutenant Colonel Scott Beckett of the Marines, and he is your commander for this mission. So he oversees all. Everybody is under his purview, his direction. His word is law, basically, for this mission. You also see your pretty much assistant scientist, a new but familiar to our players face, Lucas, has joined you on this mission. Which, as a reminder for those that aren't as excited as Zach, this was Zach's character in our Alien mini-series before even all of this started.
Okay.
Can we say what he was?
Yeah, wasn't he the guy?
Wasn't he which guy?
Wasn't
Can
he-
we say that he was an
Oh.
android?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's
So
the,
you
he's an
all
android.
know that
Yeah.
he is a synthetic. He is an android. You
Gee.
know some of his backstory, but I wouldn't say you know a lot. Faye likely has a lot of opportunity to talk to him about everything he went through. There wasn't a lot of time for like get to know you sessions with your new crew members. There was a session that basically a brain dump that I won't give to you to overload you as players, but you were told pretty much everything. So you were told that the cargo was eggs. You were told that Lae'zel Bionational wanted these away from Wayland Yutani, who's trying to use them for bioweapons, and also learned of this cult called the Children of the Two Divines that also seemed very interested in these eggs and this alien species that they've been researching, but not for bioweapons. It seems like maybe they worship these aliens, which is probably bad and seems very bad.
Which
Nah,
is
totally
probably
chill.
bad.
That's regular stuff.
It's fine.
Wait, those
And
were
has-
on
Nice,
what
that's
ship?
real.
Where were the eggs on?
The eggs are the cargo you picked up.
So we have the eggs.
No, the eggs were
They were
stolen.
stolen when the ship was stolen.
At the very end of season 1.
Oh.
And the
Yes,
reason
yes,
you're
yes.
on
Okay.
this mission in season
Yes,
2
is to go get them.
Yes.
Okay, heard.
because the
heard.
cult.
I was
stole
like,
them.
oh wow, we already got them. Cool. We're done.
And that's
Easy.
the series. Thanks so much for joining.
Well, then I was like, what kind of fucked up shit is gonna
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
now?
But you have also been told that there is full transparency. Take that as far as you wish, your character wishes to believe. But they have been much more open with information. They've told
to
you
know.
a lot about everything. So as different things come up, I'll fill you in where it's needed or necessary.
Yeah.
So again,
Does that
I don't
round
write
out
on the
everybody?
page. Nope, there's one more person.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just wanted because
No, two more people.
Okay.
I
I have a question about
forgot.
someone that we haven't talked about, but maybe it's going to be answered.
Okay, great. And then you have two completely new faces. You have your new medic, and you have an additional security officer.
Ooh.
These are both Marines, so they are under kind of the Marine umbrella. But
Okay.
you have, again, I made these before, I made these and didn't use them last season, so they are AI portraits, but we'll get those updated later.
But we don't do that shit anymore.
No.
Yeah, and you know what? At least we're fucking honest about it, okay?
Yeah, we did, and now we don't.
We did it and we don't do it no more, and I'm not showing it to
Yeah.
you.
And also, shout out to Swan, one of our very own players who made the portraits for the OG season, and will be likely making more portraits for me.
That's a real artist. This is what a real artist looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is genuinely what a real artist looks like.
Yeah, and actually, vibe-wise, yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
tracks.
If you look up artists, you're going to see someone who looks like Swan, for sure.
It's Swan. It's weird. Everybody knows Swan because they're there. Anyway, you have Camille Tahir.
Ooh.
He is your medic for this journey. A field medic again
I don't
from
like
the
him.
Marines.
Okay.
He's super
So
dope.
will also kind of act as security on the ship, and has been described as such, but is first and foremost medic surgeon extraordinaire.
Okay.
He is a doctor, but he doesn't like to go by doctor. And then you have his twin sister,
Ooh.
Karima Tahir, who is
And that's fucked
extra-
up.
Oh my god,
I need, like,
Hawk
though,
and Kit are
on
gonna
Angie.
fight over her.
Who is
That's
the extra
fucked up.
security. So, and for those that we're not showing the images to, you have Camille is a strong looking, very tall, but not so lanky as someone like Charlie is, who
5'11".
I'll pull up their their picture
How
again.
tall?
Dark skin,
back.
basically a constant 5 o'clock shadow, as well as very dark curly hair that kind of flows down one side of his face. And then you have Karima, who is his twin sister, very strong, very confident, also very dark hair, dark skin, and she holds herself with a very commanding presence and pretty much knows how strong she is and knows she can kick probably anyone's ass. Maybe not Clarke, but you know, she might try. So that are that's the two new crew members that you have not ever met. And Charlie, as a reminder, Charlie Boo Boo. Where's Charlie? There's Charlie.
Oh, Charlie's here?
Charlie is on this mission.
Oh, yay!
As the partner
Oh,
to
no.
Kit, we have our two
He's
mechanics.
gonna die.
No, he always looked like that, and he didn't die last time.
Who knows?
No, I know, but like we don't
Um,
have that other like young Marine guy this time because he died,
Oh.
so it's definitely Charlie
Yeah.
this time.
Charlie's next in line. He kind of looks Timothy Chalamet.
He does, yeah.
We'll see. Who knows? But oh, bye, Sophie and Swan.
They're making out.
Oh, oh my God, Sophie's gone.
Swan killed Sophie.
Swan killed Sophie.
Ellen was actually the first character
Alien.
that died. Sorry, everybody.
I don't know where she's going.
I have a question of clarification, Jamo.
Clarify away.
I think, and I also think this might be good for the other players to know. So, Bionational are the ones funding this mission.
Correct.
And the people who work directly for Bionational is pretty much just guys, right?
Yes.
And so like, are all the military people, because
Gaius
like
and Lucas.
Gaius and Lucas, yeah, for sure. So like, are all the military people, like Commander Beckett, all this, like, are we basically kind of mercenaries, for lack of a better term?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like Scott Beckett, he's a military man. Obviously, he's the commander of this mission, but he is not the commander of this mission through his military background. Like, it's not like he is not being commanded by some government entity. He has been hired by Bionational to be the commander.
It's an interesting relationship where because the history here that you would have been made privy to is that everything that went down on Hadley's Hope was Weyland-Yutani's fault.
Okay.
That is pretty much a confirmation from what you hear from the Marines, Bionational, as well as Lori Clayton, who, if you'll remember in our mini-series, was a Weyland-Yutani employee meant to study this alien species.
She was like the mission's Gaius.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she escaped on a emergency pod, but you also knew that they were already infected. So what was revealed to you is that because Lucas escaped on that mission, Bionational, who Lucas works for, intercepted that escape pod before it got back to Weyland-Yutani and replaced Lori with an android. And she has been undercover within Weyland-Yutani to try and get as much information as possible, and was on Hadley's Hope with the kind of what's the name for those people? Basically, because it was all Weyland-Yutani's fault, she was a part of the team that was trying to downplay it was their fault and also figure out what happened.
Yeah.
And that's how she basically got to the bunkers
Like
before
cover-up team.
the full destruction of that colony happened. She hid in the bunker and knew that Lae'zel Bionational was going to come for the cargo.
Gotcha. Cool. So, cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you. That answers my question.
So in like a reporting structure, the Marines weren't hired by Bionational. They're truly teamed up, knowing that this is like a universal threat to the world, and they need the Marines' firepower and Bionational's science stuff to really fight this threat. So they're basically in an alliance and working together to make this happen and have brought you all.
Is this Earth Marines?
This is the Colonial Marines.
Colonial Marines.
So this is Earth, but like wider to the colonies.
But like me and Clarke, who do have military backgrounds, are not here on like a military, like the way the Tamir family are. Like they're here on a military basis, but we're here on a hired basis, even though we have military backgrounds. Okay, cool.
Yes,
cool.
They're basically here doing their jobs, and this is their assignment. You guys are paid to be here as mercenaries versus
that is an important distinction I wanted to make between the group, though. Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying.
That's why the commander is kind of overarching all of you and is the end all be all for the mission, the ship, the everything, but Captain Finnick is the ship. So you all report to Captain Finnick minus Ellen and Fae, who are more on the Bionational side, and then kind of report more to Ellen or to Lucas or Gaius or that side of things.
Yes,
and they pretty much did that, and also labeled Clarke as ship security.
Gotcha.
So you report to Captain Finnick and not.
So it's almost like they hired. It's pretty much like they hired Finnick for this mission, and we're her crew. Basically, it's kind of like how it works structure-wise. Okay, cool.
That's a good way to think about it.
Cool.
So you all, any questions?
Sorry, no, I know that was a little in the weeds, but it was helpful for me.
And it's weird jumping ahead and saying all the things that I don't want to
of course.
dump on you just yet, but you do know all the things. But please ask questions as they come up, especially for anything that probably would have been told to you. I want to make sure you're filled in on. So you all gather in the mess hall. As you will also see on the ship, you each have a bunk room that is a private bunk that you can call your own. It is not very large. You have a bed and maybe a side table with a drawer, and like a couple of pegs on a wall to hang something if you really need to, but not a lot. And you're eating your hydration and snacks and kind of getting some energy back. Maybe some coffee is brewed. And not long after, you see entering together both Commander Beckett and Captain Finnick, ready to address you all. Beckett steps forward and really commands everyone up front and says, as the captain sits or stands right behind him, and says, "All right, everyone. Hope you had a nice nap and are ready to go. We are a couple hours away from our destination, and we are actually in what we believe to be the center of this sector and have found a planet that we can land on to get our bearings a little bit better as we wait on two things. One, a scan of the planet, and two, a scan of the sector. Scan of the planet obviously can happen pretty quick. Mother's pretty dang fast at doing that, but the scan of the whole sector, no, that's going to take some time. So while that happens, we plan on dropping down to this planet, seeing what survivors there are, and seeing what information we can gain about maybe what's been going on here with the Children of the Two Divine, or mention of these alien creatures, or any funny things happening. As you all know, this mission is a lot of ask the right questions to discover the right answers so we can figure out where the Children of the Two Divines are located, where their home base is, where they have power, and what they're doing here. That's the two big things that we're here to find out. How we do that, we're going to work together to do it. Once we get a scan of the sector, we're going to get all the planets. We're going to make our next move, but for now, I'm sending to your personal data pads, and he pulls up your little iPads that all of you have. And each of you hear the beep, 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 as you each get a file on this planet, which I will send to your iPads right now.
Oh.
So first, you get a planetary map. This shows the planet in its entirety, and using what information they had, again, like 80 years ago. So some of this is confirmed because there's a scan of the planet, and some of the like formations of the planet is confirmed, but whether there's still a colony in places, whether it's active, if there's any survivors, we'll have to go down and find out. But if there are any survivors, they are going to be in the Tontis Ravine. And Beckett continues saying, "We know this used to be Gorham Colony, used to have a pretty thriving mining operation here. There used to be a decent amount of colonists here that would trade amongst this sector and even back to the frontier or the outer Vale. Since we've been isolated from them, who knows? We have enough information on some preliminary scans of the planet that seems to detect activity, so we're hoping that some people are still alive. But as we go down, keep in mind anything could have happened in 80 years. And there's no guarantee they'll even talk to us, because we're from the planets, the system, the sectors that left them. Our in could be with Weyland-Yutani. These were all Weyland-Yutani colonies. Maybe they feel like they abandoned them. So if we say we hate Weyland-Yutani too, that could be our in. This document I'm sending you now is again what we used to know about Gorham Colony, and that's all the information we have. You have a couple hours to gather yourself, a couple hours to recover, and at that point, we're gonna get as close as we can to the surface and see what we're dealing with. Hawk, Nico, gonna be relying on you a lot. We're kind of flying into the dark here. Everybody else be on your guard. No one is required to exit the ship for this mission. I know myself and Captain Finnick will be remaining on the ship and being your eyes and ears from this area to also let you know when our scan is complete. So we can kind of leave as soon as that happens, if needed. But again, you don't have to go if you don't want to. But I hope you can make yourself useful if you don't.
Commander, I have a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
If we're looking for an potential way to communicate with the colony, what if Nico and I send a distress signal as we're landing? We frame it as a emergency landing. We have to land. Maybe it just lets them think we're a little bit more on our toes. Maybe they're not as threatened. Thoughts?
Not a bad idea. Gives us a reason to be there for a little bit, saying we're repairing our ship or something.
I'm sure Kit and Charlie can make the systems look like something's wrong without anything being too actually wrong. Don't want to speak for them, but...
Kit, Charlie? Haven't worked with you before, so... Is this something you can do?
Yeah. Pretty easy.
Works for me. Ellen, final verdict? Seemed like a good plan for this current operation?
Yeah, I mean, she kind of steps up. With the introduction, we'll take any considerations. I'll talk with the team at large, and if there is any suggestions, we definitely appreciate that.
Suck it, Ellen.
Real fuzzy.
Talk to the team. If there are any suggestions, please feel free to speak up. We have some ideas in place. I mean, Hawk, what you suggested, we already had thoughts around that as well. But as the strategist on the team, want to use my resources, and that includes all of you.
Excellent. And that's a good reminder as soon as everybody's off the ship, especially without myself or your captain. Ellen is our operational strategist. Therefore, she is in charge of the decisions for this operation. What she says goes. She speaks in my stead if you can't, especially if you can't get an answer from me. We will, of course, stay in comms as much as possible, but I leave it to Ellen to run this mission smoothly.
I would love for Faye to have been like literally like map it right in her face this whole time while everyone's talking.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like literally looking at the map, looking at everything. And then she just shoots her hand up in the air.
Yes, Miss Watson.
I see right here in the center there looks like there's something with insect-like creatures. Can you explain a little more about what that means?
Are you looking at the
big map, the big map with the whole world on it.
The big map.
The big map with the whole world, right? It seems right around the mining facility that we might be going to. So I'd love maybe any more information on that, if you have any, or if you don't, that's okay too. I don't want to pry. But I think maybe could provide a little expertise on any insect-like creatures and maybe their relationships and biochemistry and all that. If I can be of any help. Thank you.
I like
for your time.
I just lean close so that only Kit can hear me, and I say, can give a bunch of input on insect-like creatures, but called it a big map with the whole world.
And then she'll turn and Wait, can I have heard that? Wait.
I'm down for you too. I'm down for you too.
You know what? Let's go
Oh,
for it.
Oh!
Let's get our first roll of
Observation.
the season. Give me that observation check.
Okay, I'm gonna need a reminder on how rolls
Of
work.
course. So you have your character sheet. I'm gonna pull one up so I can actually look at it.
I think
You
I just
have-
clicked something twice. I don't know.
Observation, which is under wits. So you get when you click, you get both your observation number of dice, you get your wits number of dice, and you shouldn't be stressed right now. But if you were, you would also add stress dice to that. We'll say you're not stressed right now, even if this is all a little new to you. So you click on both of those in Demiplane, and it should have a little pop-up window. If not, click on the dice, it'll pop up, and it prepares your dice for you.
Thank you.
And then you hit roll. And what you're hoping
Amazing.
for is the little plus symbol, which means a success.
Yes, it is a success. She's green.
She's green, everybody. Then you hear it very faintly, but you hear Hawk lean over and mumble. I can't-
Bullshit,
I
bullshit,
remember
bullshit.
map.
She'll kind of like flick her head over really quickly and just be like, well, you know, I'm not a cartographer or anything. I study biology and relationships. I'm not.
I'm sorry.
I don't know maths,
I'm
and
sorry.
I'm not a cartographer.
I'm so sorry. I get cranky when I wake up from cryo. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Have you never been in
I like
cryo either? Have you never been in cryo either? Oh my god, I puked right when I got out. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Anyway, do you know what these insects are? Near where we're going to be going?
I don't, unfortunately. The information I have is what I have shared with you. I can assume the types based on what I know as more alien insects that are out there. I know of something that you're probably familiar with called the swarm. Bunch of tiny little bugs that do a lot of damage. It could be some nasty worm-like creatures that I've come across in a couple missions.
Well, I wouldn't say nasty, but definitely, you know, not quite our friends, but not quite our foes either, are they? And she'll like look around at everybody and not maybe get reactions. I don't know.
I think Kit like uncomfortably just like does the thing where she's like, yeah. like just
like
wants,
laughing.
wants to be there for her, but is ultimately like, I don't have any idea what you're saying.
I think you get some genuine like I am listening and understanding you from Charlie. As a
Oh yeah, Charlie
fellow
would love
socially
this.
awkward little nerd. You from the Tahir twins, they're not even looking at you. They seem pretty checked out, like laid back, casually listening. Not being disrespectful, but not as, locked in as maybe they should be. I do want to note that Gaius is not currently around the table.
Oh, of course. What a
Fucking guy.
And
probably recharging.
Lucas is listening with intent and has a notebook out and is actually jotting down some notes about maybe what you're saying.
God,
About
he's
the
just-
murders that he's committed.
He's so handsome.
Talk.
Oh.
He is. It's just, it's
Close
so
your
handsome.
mouth.
Zach gets to romance himself. Maybe this time.
Oh, he's loved it. He's always wanted to try it.
That is a good point, though. From a science standpoint, from a security standpoint, there's a large number of endemic life on the planet, and while that is not the goal of our mission, understanding what is here, if you see anything, please log it, report back, so that way we can be aware of it here in command and know whether it's avoidable or, something to be on the lookout for.
2 questions before we break. One, and I might be jumping the gun here, maybe we're going to talk about this later. One, who exactly is the ground crew? And two, if the ground crew involves me, which I hope it does, I want to make that clear. Let's say we get separated, let's say we come across the eggs, let's say contact is made. What's protocol? Do we engage? Do we report back? Do we, just want to kind of touch base on that.
With as many unknowns on this mission as there is, I can't quite give a definitive protocol for this mission. I would say our key rules to keep in mind are: do not unnecessarily endanger yourself, do not unnecessarily endanger your crew members, do not act rashly without all the information needed, and always report back anything found so that collectively we can decide on next steps. The reason each of you were brought on this mission is because you have a different skill set, you have a specialty, and you have different insights to give. I want to ensure that everyone has a voice, everyone is included, because that is key, in my opinion, to a successful mission. Yes, Sophie / Ellen.
Hi, JMO. One of the things that my character as an officer role got like access to is something I would bring up probably in this moment, unless it gets in the way mechanically with what you kind of anticipate.
Okay.
Here, it's called the Seegson PDAT, but it is a device that like syncs up everybody's like suits and like helmet cams and like devices basically, so that way like me as an officer can kind of like have eyes and ears in those locations, and like presumably also share that information through like a comm system and stuff like that.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that is crucial to this mission, and having it kind of all set up with you specifically. Like on the ship, there's obviously intercoms, but every time you go off site, you're going to have to be in communication in some way. So I think that would be left to Ellen to make sure anyone that is leaving the ship is in communication with the ship's communication system, as well as individual suit radios, pretty much.
Yeah. So I would share like we'll be in constant contact. If we ever get separated, I'll be able to remotely keep an eye on things for each of you and report back, keep in communication with your fellow teammates and with myself, so that way we can give up to the minute guidance on anything there. We're also equipped with motion trackers as well to help keep an eye out for any movement out in the field as well.
Brings up a good point of who is coming on this mission. Like I said, no one is forced to. I will say, Miss Watson, yes, you can.
I would very much like to go. I would very much like to be there. Thank you.
Excellent. Great. I will request at least one security to join, and Nico, as we are scanning, and that heavily involves navigation, I would request you stay behind, but if you feel very driven to disembark, that is your choice.
I try to catch Nico's eye because genuinely I was going to say that she should stay behind. And so I try to catch Nico's eye and I'm just like...
You can tell that she wanted to fight back and and not, but seeing that and you're able to catch her eye as she kind of looks at her OG crew in that moment very quickly and kind of passes over everyone as like a you're all in it together, that I think is a very established feeling, having been through what you guys have. She gives you a little nod, Hawk, and says, Yeah. Yes, Commander. I can do that. I'll stay.
Cool.
Well, I don't need volunteers. If you wanted to go be in the bay, in the hangar bay, ready to disembark, spacesuits on, as we don't know if this planet is still breathable, though it had been terraformed in the past. Want to side with caution. So, you have 2 hours. Do what you need to do. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll leave it to Captain Finnick for any further questions. You'll find me in my command suite if you need me. That's all. And Commander Beckett leaves.
Are we supposed to salute every time someone leaves, or
No.
No.
okay?
No, you don't have to
And
salute
giggle.
This is-
anytime.
This is not a military operation, to be clear. We have a hierarchy here, and it is a form of respect. But no.
So I should do it if I'm trying to respect someone. No,
Yes.
I'm getting a no from.
Yeah, you should.
Right.
It's not gonna hurt anything.
Okay. But if I should, yeah, I won't overthink it. I'll try not to overthink it. Thank you so much. I'm Fae, by the way. I'm Dr. Fae Watson. Nice to meet everybody. Ha.
And I
Oh,
will
I love
say,
her.
all of you, as you were leaving, having not really heard from Dr. Green, but maybe occasionally seeing her over the couple days, but it was a rare sighting. Maybe you weren't really expecting Dr. Green not to join because it wasn't really clear. And instead, on the morning of the mission and departure, you see Faye show up. Kind of clearly as the scientist role, and you don't see Dr. Green show up.
My name's Hawk, and I'm sorry about earlier.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
It was just a joke, really. Just bad taste.
No, that's all right. It's hard for me to understand what jokes really are jokes and what are not jokes. So I'm sorry I snapped. I'm sorry.
No, you shouldn't apologize. It was a joke, but it was a joke at your expense, which was not nice.
No. Well, I appreciate your honesty and thank you. All is well.
Did you know Dr. Green?
Yes. I studied with Dr. Green. In my we worked in the lab together. She was my mentor, for lack of a better word. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you see like Hawk like kind of relax at that. We're big fans of Dr. Green here. At least I am.
Same.
Big
Yes.
fans.
Okay, good.
Is she
I'm
okay?
glad.
Do you know if is she gone or does she?
I think she just did not want to come on the mission. That's just really all I know. She just asked me to kind of come in her stead.
That is strange.
'Cause- well, I know she was at what's it called? Third something? What is it?
Third base.
base.
She was at
Which
third
always makes me
base.
laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time. Maybe eventually we'll never bring it up again.
Base 3.
She was at third base. I think she's just doing a lot of work on whatever happened to your old crew. You guys apparently went through something, and she seems to be, I don't know, just around helping figure out next step. I really don't know. I should listen. Dr. Green doesn't tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly in the know, in not in the know, in the know, not in the know. Yes.
Pretty ballsy if you volunteer to go down there, not knowing.
Well, in all seriousness, which I have been serious this whole time, but I get kind of nervous. I'm actually terrified to be here, if you can't tell. I respect Dr. Green so much. I studied her career when I was in school, and I've just looked up to her so much that I know that if she asked me to come here, it was for a reason, and I must see it through. And I've never traveled off world before, so you know the cryo sleep was a little bit but I'm really very excited, nervous, scared, frightened, excited to be here.
So no military background, no fighting, no
Not
nothing.
at all,
No
mate.
nothing.
Not
Okay.
And you want to go on the
But
ground?
I'm always I love to learn. So if anyone wants to teach me the right ways to go about anything, please, I'm all ears.
All right.
And I'll shut up now.
Hawk kind of looks at Clarke. Maybe stay in the middle is good place to start. Stay in the middle of everybody.
Support that idea.
But it's good
Well-
to. I mean, hey, if she was your mentor, then I think the science part of this mission is in good hands. So
While you guys are chatting
Thank you.
without really a word, the twins stand up and just leave and exit.
Well, I guess I'm going on the ground then.
yeah, same.
I'll do that.
Kit,
So
maybe
it's a party.
What are you thinking, Kit? What are your thoughts?
I have to go to the bathroom real quick. Long cryo, and I like stand up and go.
Insight
Never
check.
go into cryo. It's the worst.
I think that Hawk shares a look with Charlie just from like people who have known her for years of just like, okay, well, something's up. Like clearly something's up. Like not know it, but whatever. I don't.
Yeah.
He doesn't pursue it though. He obviously lets her go do what she's gonna do.
Charlie, however, does pursue it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I think that yeah. So I think like Hawk looks at Charlie and is like, and so he goes.
And yeah, and Charlie kind of stands up and says, "I'm gonna go put myself in the bunk," and walks out and tries to follow where Kit went, which we'll get back to. Also, as this happens, and in a moment of less chatter, Lucas looks to you, Fae, and says, "Well, Miss Watson, unless you need me on this mission on the floor, I plan to stay in the lab and get set up for us and get things prepared. Does that sound agreeable?"
Of course. I might just ask you one quick question. Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Lucas. I've been assigned as somewhat of your assistant, I guess is a good way to put it. I know a lot about these creatures, both from research as well as a bit of personal experience, in a mission I was a part of, so happy to tell you anything there is to know.
Yes.
And really just at your disposal of knowledge, doing a little bit more of the dangerous work since I am not human. And yes, whatever you need. So
Right.
I'll just be in the lab. If you would like to stop by before you head to the surface, great. Otherwise, I'll see you when you get back.
All right. I will see you in the lab. Robot. Oh, I'm sorry. Synthetic. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, what? I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not offended by any means. It was lovely to meet you all. Please stop by. Have a chat. I
All
do
right.
love hearing people's adventures and stories. But good day.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Lucas gets up and heads to the science area.
Was that weird of me to do? I didn't like that.
I would, because
What?
I will say,
It doesn't seem right for her to not know how to interact with.
I think it is understandable that she was caught off
Robot
guard
racist.
because this is a
Yeah, I felt
synthetic
really fucking weird about that. I was like, no, maybe
Retcon.
Megan, that's not the right choice.
This is a synthetic that did pose as a human successfully for a long while.
Yeah.
So I would say it makes sense that you were probably caught off guard hearing that he openly admitted to being a synthetic, an android. Maybe it wasn't as drastic, we'll say, but
We're just
I think it makes
gonna-
sense that there was a little bit of like, that's not what I expected.
Especially if you're going the
Yeah.
inexperienced route, you know.
I know, but me, Megan, I'm like, we don't need to play that kind of a weird game, calling myself out and moving up.
You're fine. Sophie, what's up?
Some above the table questions. One of them was already answered. That like this Lucas is a synthetic.
Yes.
Okay.
And we know.
Which again, you might not have known until that moment
Oh,
Right.
when he kind of openly admits it. I think
Mhm.
it was probably mentioned in like briefing as, you know, him
Sure.
and you also. No,
'Cause
I will
there's
say you
other-
all
we-
actually
we-
did know that.
Yeah, we knew that there was a Lucas human that the synthetics were based off of.
Yes,
Those
because you
of us
actually
who
saw them
played- who
together.
played that. Yeah.
At the very end of last season, both Samuel
Mhm.
Mason and Lucas walked into the room at the same time and looked identical.
And then you don't have to answer this part of it. But
Okay.
is this the same Lucas from the first time we played Alien?
Yes.
Okay.
It has been admitted that he had been on a mission at that point, so you know that he's done something.
So we know he survived also. now.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, he survived.
Thank you. This was mostly like like I just want to secure a timeline for
Mhm.
my brain.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
said that, yeah, he like admitted to like being not only like interacting with these creatures, but we know like he made it out, and
Mhm.
so we know that he's had some like, but we might not have known all of that. Like, I definitely don't think Hawk paid attention that much. So when he said all that just now,
Right.
I think Hawk's like, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
He's
yeah,
so
me, Sophie
handsome.
has so many questions. I'm like, wait, no, how did you survive? Wait.
Well, maybe Alan will ask. Who knows?
Exciting stuff. Anyway,
we are left with the OG crew minus Kit and Charlie and Ellen in this room, all of which seem to have volunteered themselves to go on this mission. Captain Finnick is still in this room, just kind of observing all of you, and probably has a little smile on her face as just the classic crew she knows and loves. And we'll cut over to Kit. Where are you headed? Can Charlie follow you, or are you trying to fully get away?
I think Kit goes to, because we're in the mess hall, right?
Yep.
I think Kit goes to like the farthest bunk closest to like the cryo chambers.
Mm-hmm.
By the
and-
shower.
Yeah, and like I would imagine there's bathrooms, even though they're not labeled. Unless they are, and I'm just not seeing them. I like the breathing room.
Labeled, but
Yeah.
You pee in the shower, so.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
All in one.
But I'll go to that farthest bunk and like start to claim it for myself. And like
Okay.
the whole way, I think that Kit is having a panic attack.
Okay.
At the thought of like going on the ground again, and not necessarily up against the same things, but also she didn't know that she was going to be up against the thing that she was up against last time. So I think she goes into the thing is like having this panic attack, like is like trying to catch her breath, and then starts doing like PT exercises.
Mm-hmm.
And just like checking to make sure her legs work, checking to make sure her arms work, checking to make sure her hands work, checking to make sure her legs work, checking to make sure her arm, like just like very repetitively until she like calms down at whatever point Charlie either is watching or could be there, or like yeah, but that's
I think
what she
in
would be
your
doing.
in your panic, the door is just kind of open to the bunk that you've
Yeah.
chosen. And
Yeah.
Charlie, after a couple of like PT moves and everything, you hear like a soft tap on the wall of the
Oh,
doorway
hey.
itself. Hey, you're not. I'm not gonna phrase this as a question because I wouldn't believe you probably if you answered it. You're not okay right now. What's wrong?
Shut up. Sorry, just I don't know what that was. We're on the mission. We're on the mission. We chose to come on the mission.
Yeah. He kind of steps in and hits the little button to close the bunk room door. I know it was a hard decision for you, though, and I'm sure it's hard to be anywhere there could be dangerous things. I think I would know that more than anyone of a
Well,
reaction
yeah.
to that.
And now I before I could take care of you, and now I have to take care of myself and you, and that's just a lot. And I don't.
Chop liver.
You don't have to take care of me, kid. I'm
I mean, we
good.
take care of each other.
Yeah.
But after your am I ever going to be right again?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for a while, definitely. There's trauma, there's unsolicited reactions to things that don't make sense.
Yeah,
A
like
lot of
sitting in a
fear.
fucking room and just thinking about going down on the ground and suddenly you're gonna like die.
Yeah. But that's not forever.
Is better for you.
Sometimes it's still hard. If it's too similar to the accident, then yeah. But I
I think
know
she just like mid-sentence of him talking, she just goes over and hugs him.
pulls her in for a really big hug.
I swear to God, if you die, I will fucking kill you.
Yeah, well, same. So, well, I couldn't kill you, but
No.
I will try really hard to if you die, okay?
I'd let you, probably.
Well, don't say it like that.
Well, like it'd just be fun. You're trying so hard, I want to help.
You're pitying me trying to kill you
No,
now?
and I'll like pull him
Duh.
back and like hold his shoulders, be like, but for real. You and me, okay?
Yeah.
Where you go, I go.
Kind of figured that's why you're on this mission. I know you weren't super stoked about it, but I feel like it's important.
Well, I just don't want to go home and sit like with Dad, and he just, it's something to do. It's something to do.
It's a
And
weird
I don't know what the
something to do,
fuck
man.
is up with Hawk.
Yeah,
But
he's acting a little weird, isn't he?
well, he's just like been avoiding me, and like I know he feels bad, but like goddamn, return my
go talk to him.
message. Return, like look me in the fucking eye.
Maybe
The
just
first
go
thing he
talk to him.
said to me was like, something about a map. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he said that really loud. I think he thought
Yeah,
he
it was kind of
playing it,
embarrassing.
but like I think everybody heard it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she heard it. And
Well, yeah,
it
that's why he said sorry.
well, and to be honest, I definitely didn't see the insect part. I thought she was looking at impact craters, but she read it as insect creatures. And then,
that would
so
have been
I felt
embarrassing
stupid,
for
so
the
I didn't say
scientist
anything.
to like not like be illiterate. That would be crazy. Maybe she's just
Yeah.
That'd be a good character to me. He takes out a notebook and like starts writing for his next D&D campaign. Illiterate scientist.
Illiterate scientist. I love it.
Yes, Zach.
I kind of want to make a bit of a feral choice, and if you will allow it,
It is a
JMO,
Thursday night.
So
is it Monster Heart?
If you will allow it, JMO, I would love for Angie to maybe make a retroactive observation check. Because I did say that I like leaned close so that only Kit could hear, and I also had just said that I just had taken a swig from my flask. So I wonder maybe if Kit caught a whiff of something. I'm just curious.
Could
Let's
be.
make it happen. Let's see.
Observation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add my wits. I'm gonna add my observation, and I am not stressed. Very exciting. Oh. Did it do it?
Do you see the dice?
Yeah, it said. Okay, hang on. We're doing this one. Okay, there we go. And then I see it didn't add the observation. Okay. I was like, there's only 2. That can't be right. It's green.
It's green.
But it does have one of the cross
That's a success.
Yes. That's a
crosses.
good
That's
thing.
still good. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm good. I
The
did
symbols
it.
are only bad when you add stress, and then you see the alien symbol,
Yeah.
and then that's bad things. But for this one, it's
So this bitch been drinking.
yes. So as he leans over and whispers something to you, you give the awkward like, haha, you're being funny laugh.
Yeah.
And then you
stink.
get that scent of cheap whiskey,
Yeah.
basically, we'll call it, fresh on the breath.
And I've known Hawk to drink. We've partied together, but is this
Drinking right after getting out of cryo?
yeah,
No.
not
Not
a thing he
even not
does.
even bringing his own alcohol. Like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Even that's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's kind of fucked up too, huh?
And you would have had to know also that this was like stashed in cryo because everybody went straight from cryo.
So he had
to
it in
here.
his like personal
So like
effects.
he had
Okay.
it ready to go as soon as he was out of cryo.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to that, and
Yeah.
I won't say anything to Charlie about
Okay.
it, but I will, like, in thinking about how that was the first time that he talked to me, I'd be like, oh, and he was drunk.
I just thought narratively that would be a fun,
Yeah, no,
fun
I
little,
love it.
fun little moment.
Love it.
If you're going ground, I'm going ground. Are you going ground, or are you staying here?
I don't know, because if we have this, like, the ship's broken, would it be weird if both of the ship's mechanics left the ship?
So
Like,
you're
I'm not saying
one
we
of
split
us
up, and I'm
has
not saying both of us stay on the ship, because I don't want to also just like leave Hawk and Nico and Clarke and everybody like without us. But
fuck.
also, how are we breaking a ship? You seem really confident. I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
we
I don't
have-
fucking know, dude.
Okay,
We were in front
okay.
of everyone. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I wasn't
he
gonna
was
be like,
"Oh, I've not worked with
well,
you before," but and so yeah.
yeah, no, I wanted to
because I would have
throw up.
floundered.
But we can figure it out. We can figure it out. We can
Okay.
figure it out.
Do
It
you
should
wanna
be an
go?
easy rewiring. It should be easy enough to fucking trip the distress signal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can do, yeah. Do you wanna go, or would you be more comfortable not going because of things?
I'm gonna be uncomfortable literally this whole time. But I feel like I'll feel more in control if I go.
Okay.
And that if that fucking means that you're staying here, then I already broke the rule where you go, I go, and I fucked it up.
You didn't fuck it up. It just makes sense.
Ugh. What did you say? The other fucking you were nerding out, and you're like something, and don't let the parties go away from each other or whatever. Don't split the party.
Oh yeah, that's a
Whatever the
pretty
fuck.
critical.
That
Yeah,
seems
I was
really
supposed to do that.
appropriate right here.
But we're not. What? I guess we. Okay, so we like fully are splitting the party. I was gonna try to talk us out of it, but I think we
Well,
are. So
Nico will be here. You stay
yeah,
with Nico.
I'll get to hang out with Nico and you.
Ew, don't say it like that.
I mean, I was a third wheel on so many drinking nights. I mean, I guess there was only a couple, but it felt like so many.
A third
I'm
wheel
not
means
saying
that something's going on and
anything.
nothing's going on. Okay?
You can tell. You can look me in the eyeballs and tell me that honestly.
I'm not lying.
I think you just closed your eyes while you said
I
that.
didn't close. Ugh. I don't have
That's
time to
fine.
talk
I'll
about
just
this
go
with you
hang
right
out
now.
with
We are
Nico
on a mission.
And Charlie starts exiting, and I'll just go hang out with Nico on the bridge while you're all whatever. It's fine.
You better make me sound good. And I'll like chase after him and probably like go back into the. We're in the mess hall or briefing room?
We'll go back and see if people are still in the mess hall where
Okay.
they left. Charlie throws his stuff in that bunk right next door to yours.
Hell yeah.
So he is close by. And if you head back to kind of find everybody else, I think soon after you left, Nico would have headed to the bridge to know that that's where she's got to be posted up. She doesn't have to prepare anything, and doesn't feel like claiming a bunk yet. So that's where Nico goes.
I would probably go. Oh, God. I just wanted to say that I would go wherever I needed to go to be like, I'm in for ground crew.
You just gotta show up when the ship's ready to land.
Oh, heard. Then I keep it to myself.
Great. I mean, you can announce on the intercom of the whole ship that.
No. No.
But in the hour and a half, probably now, before you're close enough to the planet's surface to get an idea of how to land, where to land, things like that. Anything specific anybody else wants to do?
I think Clarke goes up to Fae and is like, hey, new scientist on the block. Do you have anything to do between now and us landing?
Well, I was going to rack my brain about maybe like what I know about the insects in the area that we're going to be exploring. Maybe I know something about them, maybe I don't, but that's really all that I have been really contemplating on doing. How about you?
Okay. No, we're going to go do some basic firearm safety. And he just like drags them along because it's like, we're not going on this mission without you knowing anything. No.
Yes.
Okay, oh, yeah.
Solid.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Like, yes.
Clarke is the real MVP. Let's all just take a second.
Honestly.
Clarke is the straight man to the just
Yeah,
ridiculousness of all of us.
Clarke is so solid.
Like, guys, come on.
Like, you're not accidentally shooting us or something. Like, you need to unload the gun, deploy the gun, basic skills.
Amazing.
Yeah, Clarke's the one that's like, okay, so you heard a scary noise and you were alone and you went towards it?
Split up.
You split the party?
Oh no.
Great. I love that. Within the next 90 minutes, you are able to at least she is a smart gal, so she's able to pick on things relatively quick. So you feel comfortable giving her her own weapon if you so choose. So, and Faye, you feel relatively comfortable with maybe how to use it. If you're even comfortable actually using it, that might be different. But you get the, logic behind a gun.
Yeah, I think Clarke is like, don't shoot this unless, like, absolutely you have to. Like, don't. But if you have to.
Right. Of course.
Okay.
And then she's gonna look at Clarke and like put the safety on with like a little smile, like,
Oh my
and then put it in her little holster.
God. I love it.
Love it. Anyone else?
I think Ellen would approach Hawk and just sit down and like find a chance to be like, I know we've met. I just wanted to take a moment to reconnect with you. Wanted to see how you're doing with all of this. How you're feeling?
Fine.
Okay, I'm practicing a little bit of a candor here. It doesn't seem that way to me.
Yeah, no, I guess, well, well, the last mission I went on, a lot of bad stuff happened, if you remember. And so, to me, in my brain, most of that was days ago. So I guess I'm just like still kind of bummed about all that.
Understandable.
Anything else?
Shadow Man just handed Meg a water bottle.
Did you see that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, but it was just like truly like a black blur of a human being.
It really was. It was the
My
hydration.
sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, looking out for you.
Or a 1970s Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Blurred and all.
Listen, I appreciate you checking in. Obviously, it's your job. I apologize for coming off any weird way, but I'm all set and I'm good. And this mission will have my full attention and capabilities.
Just want to be here for you to be honest with me. We can make some decisions together. Otherwise, I would have to make some decisions for you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that won't be necessary.
I'm glad you're here. Truly, if there's anything that I can do to support this, let me know.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks. And I think that Hawk kind of stands up and he starts to leave, and then he turns back and he says, actually, you know what? And he sits back down. I have a past with the children of the two vines. This mission is personal for me in a lot of ways. Not only recent past, but distant past. And sorry, you just had a spell cast upon you, or I think maybe your data pad went off. Anyway, so this mission makes me naturally on edge. But I care about these people on this ship. And I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize their lives or your life. And I mean it when I say our goals are aligned, even if our vibes are different.
And Ellen would kind of it's such a small gesture, but it is like I'm a professional, I am an officer, and but reaching across and putting their hand just it's like
it's
fingertips
not common.
On the back of your hand, and just my goal is to get everyone home.
Same.
At the end of this mission.
Same. And with the smoothest ride you could possibly expect, as he stands up and just kind of slyly and coolly backs out of the mess hall, hits the door frame on the way out, and embarrasses himself and turns around and continues to walk. And there he is.
That's our guy.
And then I think Hawk is going to claim that third bunk by Kit and Charlie, framed around being close to the the bridge, but also definitely checking in. Yeah, I think that he just puts his stuff there. Maybe if he has a moment of privacy, takes another swig, but then just heads to the bridge and sees how his baby's doing.
And with that, you head to the bridge. You get yourself settled as you start the descent onto the surface of this planet. I would guess because it's a new planet that none of you have been before, everyone kind of gathers on the bridge to watch this descent and see where you're about to go. And you see this windswept, dust-covered, rocky, craggy planet ahead of you. And once you get to the ravine, you start to see the faint shapes of buildings start to form. Clearly, a colony was once here. Really hard to tell how lively it is. It looks pretty deserted, pretty desolate, but not maybe guaranteed as no survivors, given what you have discovered in the initial searches. As you descend, you send out the distress signal, claiming some ship malfunction and needing to emergency land. You do not get any response or anything back from Gorham Colony. But as you descend, and I'll say easily enough, Hawk, you're able to make the descent look a little messy, so it kind of plays it off if someone might be watching as having some sort of distressing something happening with the ship. And as you descend kind of in that map of the ravine, there's a path that kind of goes off. And you see that there is a landing pad. And in the center of this ravine that kind of opens up to this almost canyon looking like area, in the center you see one ship. The closer you get, the more you can tell this ship has not been used in a while. But there's a second landing pad right next to that ship. And you're able to maneuver the ship down to that second landing pad. And our party that has decided to embark onto the surface of this planet suits up. The plank drops in the hangar bay, and you all exit and just kind of start heading to that like 3-building V-shaped directly to the west. And as you do so, you see, as you get close, 6 figures standing at the entrance to that building. Without any suits, seemingly breathing the air just fine, and waiting for your approach. And that's where we're going to end session 1.
Do they have 2 legs and 2 arms and or tails?
We'll see.
Oh,
I will. Can I also say that one of my gear, one of my pieces of gear is the video camera, and I think that like
yes, found
Dr. Fae is like recording a lot of just like the surroundings for her documentation of sorts. So maybe in the found footage vibes is what we see.
And that's what it's like you're looking at something and it like shakily cuts to these 6 blurry figures and then blackout credits roll.
So we will pick up in 2 weeks to see who these figures are. Are they friendly?
Love it. I've missed this. I forgot how much I loved it.
And thank you all. I'm so excited to be back in this world, back with these similar, familiar characters and some new ones. Especially excited to have a PC take over an NPC and vice versa, where I get to take over a PC. Like, so fun.
That is fun.
That's so silly.
Thank you all, best players I could ever ask for this crazy wild adventure in Alien. And as always, I miss you. Bye.
Hey, bye.